Hi there, it's Oksana here with the second part of my 5 steps to a wildly successful small business video series. How did you go with your homework? I hope you're getting excited about your business ideas. Today, we will go into more details with all those things I got you started thinking about in my first video. In this video, I will help you think more deeply about your target market and your unique value proposition. Don't skip these steps. These are the most important pieces of your business foundation. Businesses that fail often do so because they don't think carefully enough about who their customers really are, and they don't think deeply enough about the real value of their offer to these customers. Let's start with a question. This is the first question. For whom are you creating value? Who are your most important customers? Let me get into a little more details. Customers are the group of people who you choose to serve, the ones that want and need what you have to offer. There are various ways to classify your customer segment, but mainly you have a choice between 3 business models, and that is mass market, diversified market, or niche market. Using a mass market model means that you define your customers in a broad way, like everyone that uses a computer, all mothers, or people that need dry cleaning services. No differentiation exists between different categories or segments of this large group who may have similar needs, but only in the broadest sense. They are very diverse and may choose a product or service for very different reasons. Let's use a simple example: soap. Everyone needs soap. There will be many different diverse segments of people who use soap. Mass market model group all of this diverse group by the one commonality that they all use soap, even though these customers come from different regions, use soap in different ways, have more income or less income to spend on soap, are of different ages, education levels, shop in different places, or have different interests. In the mass market model, there is one broad marketing strategy to connect with all of these people and sell this product. Mass marketing strategy is more suitable for big businesses with big budgets, because to market your product requires using mass media and distribution channels that are very costly and require a big team to manage. If you are a solo entrepreneur or a small team, it's likely you would run your marketing budget dry before you ever really made an impact on your target market. Unfortunately, most beginners don't understand this and pursue exactly this marketing strategy. Diversified market. In this model, you classify and target more than one customer segment. People with very different needs and problems. While this is a way to expand your sales and offerings, it's only useful after you have established your business in one market. It's only after you have experienced some success with your offerings with one segment that you may see opportunities to tailor your unique value proposition to different segments. If you try to do this from the outset as a small business owner, you will diffuse your impact. Trying to be too many things to too many people ends up making you stand for nothing really at all. The most useful model for you is a niche market. When you identify your niche market, you cater to specific and specialized customer groups. These customers have very unique needs, common demographics and problems, as well as needs that you can readily identify and provide solutions for. You tailor your offering, your distribution channels, and your resources to their requirements. You develop relationship with your customer according to where they are, what they do, and what they like. In recent years, there has been a major shift to niche market business model because it is so effective. Your business model may have one or several customer segments. I advise you to start with one, and then you can expand into other segments once you become famous and well known in this one. Only then you can move on to another one. Don't try to chase too many rabbits at the same time, because you won't catch any at all. Let me give you an example. When we started this discussion with Karina, my client that wanted to bake, her first idea was the mass market model. She wanted to sell desserts to everyone who liked sweets. She thought she'd fill her shop with nice furniture that gave people a place to sit and comfortably enjoy their desserts. In other words, she wanted to create just another bakery, coffee shop that was no different from any other dessert shop. And of course, this idea didn't pass my quality control because she failed to choose a niche. I helped Karina start to think about her customers in a context that would give her a sustainable flow of loyal customers and fans. After doing her research, I helped Karina brainstorm about potential customers. We identified that while there were plenty of dessert shops and bakeries, teenagers had practically nowhere to go in this region. That youth thought belonging and meaning, and there was a big percentage of teenagers in her area who are very informed, independent, technology savvy. These kids needed a sense of community, but there was no place for them to hang out and socialize. After further in-depth brainstorming, we settled on the niche of young people between 13 to 18 years old. Curious Generation Y representatives who cared about the planet, were socially responsible and independent. You can imagine the decor and shop design has changed dramatically as a result of this decision. Now, more than just the comfy furniture and great desserts, Karina has paintings done by funky young artists on the walls. She offers free Wi-Fi, she uses recycled products, and plays the cool music that teenagers love. Karina experienced great success, and she's noticed that she's starting to attract another customer segment. Older and more affluent people that like the fact that she uses sustainable sources for her desserts. With some more research, Karina may eventually use the diversification model to expand her offerings, her channels, and her market, but she knows she has to do this in a very carefully planned way, or she risks alienating the loyal customers she already has such a great relationship with. The niche that has made her successful. Customers are the heart of any business model, and that's where your planning should start. Most of the time, people start and finish with product, and that's a mistake Karina did too. She was thinking of herself, what she wanted to do. She wanted to bake desserts and cupcakes. She had to think about whether people wanted her cupcakes, who wanted them, and why they wanted them. Don't make this mistake. If customers don't buy your product, you will go broke, no matter how amazing your product is. If you want to make money and succeed, you need to understand what your customers needs and want, and you need to learn how to satisfy these with the product or service you deliver. In Karina's case, creating an environment perfectly suitable for her teenage target market with Wi-Fi, music, design, and of course with dessert recipes appealed to her niche. The more you can satisfy your customers, the more successful your business is. And yes, I know it sounds as if I'm not saying anything new. However, even experienced people make this mistake. You either have a product-centric attitude or customer-centric, and I advise you to choose the latter. One of the steps to satisfy your customer needs is to understand their needs first. Logically, right? To start with, you need to choose one niche, a distinct group with common needs and behaviors or other attributes that your customers share among themselves, and customize your offer and marketing message to this group. In Karina's case, her niche were teenagers between 13 and 18. Young people of this age have very distinct needs. They like similar things and they behave in similar manner, and this influences all other 5 steps of wildly successful small business planning, and you will see how as we go. Before I see you again in our next video, I want you to choose your niche. I'm repeating it so you can write it down. Niche is a group of people who share common needs, attributes, who want your product, need it, and have money to afford it. This is very important. As a startup, don't go after niche that has no money, because you will struggle too. Once you choose your niche, it's very important to define the exact description of your ideal client. Often, when we start out, we want to make this description as broad as possible to avoid excluding some potential customers and lose sales. Most often, people struggle with this one, and it's a very costly mistake to make. The fear to lose sales becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. When your marketing message is applicable to everyone, it's applicable to no one. I have done the same mistake when I was starting out, and I learned it hard way. It cost me a couple of years of hard work and no results. Luckily, I managed to keep my head above the water, regrouped, and make the necessary corrections. It sucks, believe me. So please make a note of this discussion and follow through with your homework. The bottom line is that if you do not know your market intimately, you will not communicate with them in a way that will attract them. This very fact is a big problem for many startup and small businesses. They do not realize they are in as much in the marketing business, if not more, than they are in the business of providing whatever products or services they are trying to sell. You may ask me, why is it important to create a very clear description of your target market? In our competitive world, where we are continuously bombarded with information, only very well targeted and timed messages using a correct media and correct message will produce results. By looking at the world through your prospect's eyes and experiencing it the way they do, will be far more likely to create the solutions they desire. You will be far more likely to create products and services that will appeal to them and cause them to listen and buy from you. You will do it at a much lower cost and far more effectively. And do you want to know a real secret? Because you will be able to communicate with them more effectively, you will be able to afford to spend more per sale on your marketing than your competition. Why is this important? Being able to outspend the competition for the ideal prospect because you are not marketing and wasting money to your non-prospect will bring more of them to you at faster rate. These prospects will be more profitable for you. So I want you to describe your ideal customer by answering the following questions. And don't worry, you don't need to rush and write down all of these questions. We have created a little template for you, which you can download by clicking one of the attachments under this video. Here are the questions. What is their gender? What is their age? General physical description and how they carry themselves. What is their level of fitness? What type of vehicle do they own or drive? Where do they live? Do they have kids, and if yes, how many? What kind of hobbies do they have? If no hobbies, What kinds of things interest them? What do they read? What entertainment do they like? Where did they go and get their education? What are their friends like? Any other thoughts or descriptions that come to mind? Now, I want you to answer a few more questions about your ideal prospect in relation to the industry you operate. What keeps your client awake at night in relation to your industry? What are they afraid of? What are they angry about? Who they angry at? What makes them happy? What are their top 3 daily frustrations? What do they secretly and ardently want most? What would solving their challenges, frustrations, worries, and hurdles in relation to your industry mean to them? Let me explain you how to do it. Take a post-it note and on one of them write "My customer." Place this post-it note as the header of this column. Then, on post-it notes, write down all your answers to the question I just gave you and stick it under the header. If you don't have a big board, good place to do it is to stick it on the big window. Just stick it all your post-it notes there. That's how I want you to continue developing your 5 steps to a wildly successful small business system by writing your answers on post-it notes. So once you identified their needs, frustrations, and what they worry about, you can start building a value proposition that will address these frustrations. When you tailor your product or service around what your customer really wants, you know they will buy your product and service. This is a good place to start. So get started. Until then, be a miracle and live with passion. If you have enjoyed this video and found the information I gave you valuable, you will really love this ebook, 5 Steps to a Wildly Successful Small Business, value of $40, and you are getting it absolutely free from me so you can go beyond simply surviving and start building a thriving business. This ebook is complimentary and goes hand in hand with this video series, the fragment of which you just saw. Please click on the link below this video, enter your name and email address, and you will get access to this amazing ebook instantly.